to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha, Kodesh. Double honor to our beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to hopefully elect. And shalom to all the Akim pushing this truth with sincerity. It's your brother Itazawam from the GMS Columbus, Ohio branch, coming back again with another video through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. And pretty much it's just going to be an informational video, page update, etc. All right. And, really, this video was inspired by, something I call the shorts demon or the scrolling demon. Okay. And pretty much, as you can see, YouTube has incorporated, within the last few years, this concept of shorts or reels. Okay. And I noticed, that shorts, demon, is very distracting, or the scrolling demon, comes about. All right. And through the Spirit, I found the way to combat it, because I know we all deal with it or have dealt with it, being honest. You try to, use the restroom, you on your AM number 2. You know what I'm saying? You on your phone, you scrolling mad long, you've been sitting there for 30 minutes, legs numb, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about feet sleep, And, a guy like me, I don't deal with it bad, because I don't have a lot of leisure time, but I know it, it happens, when Jake does have leisure times on the weekend, stuff like that. Even throughout the weekday. That's why, me personally, I picked up a second job, so I don't have too much leisure time, in a sense of, just me, in my folly. All right. Because, you got, you'll get off work and, not even like knowingly or paying attention, you'll get off work. You will do the work, you do your reading, do your studying, whatever, do your video, get it up. All right, about time, 7, 8 o'clock, you just scrolling all day. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. All right. So I found the way to combat it, and I'm gonna try to show Jake how to do it, or get their page, more geared toward just the work. All right. And as you can see, what I have done, I found out is in order to combat that, is turning off your history. Okay, because in that, YouTube is able to build an algorithm, around what you search up, what you type, okay, or look up, etc. All right, and as you can see, if I go to my subscriptions, only shorts I get, are shorts that will have to, click on. All right, it's nothing distracting. All right, or nothing that, my flesh will see, like, oh, let me hit this, see this, and then from there, you just get to scrolling for 20, 30 minutes, all hunched over and shit, man. All right, so, I got boxing, I like to box, so I got a lot of, I'm subscribed to some boxing content, some sword content, manly content, as far as things outside the truth and, news. And, of course, just the brothers, what I'm saying? I do concrete as well, so I may see some things on there, different techniques, whatever, just informational videos on that. But, my page now is just, full of knowledge, and no folly. Okay. So what you do is, all right, you'll want to go, well, let me see. I probably can't show you here. Let me see. I think I can. Go to your settings. All right. So, brother, you will go to manage all history. Okay. And from there, it will say history. Of course, you can, delete your history, whatever. But what you'll have to do is hit controls, and it will say turn on history or turn off. All right, and as you can see, mine says turn on, so it indicates that I turned off my history. So again, that way, YouTube cannot gain access to what I, search or type, whatever the case, and build an algorithm around that. And like you said, that's why, like I said, you can change your settings at any time to get the latest videos tailored to you, you see? And the only thing I want tailored to me is this truth, is the brothers, you know? So again, like I said, like I said, I like boxing, I'm big on that. Like I said, concrete. And then, some brothers post, etc. All right. And, pretty much that's all I really want to, be occupied in. Of course, first and foremost, prophecy, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And, like I said, I like combat sports. I like to fight, box myself, train a little bit. So, and like I said, I do concrete. So really, like I said, just knowing your soul real quick. Let's get that. All right. Because like I said, I notice this has been a problem with brothers, just doom scrolling, as they say, or, that's having that scrolling demon, and you just, oh man, where that at? It's in Sirach. I think it's like Sirach 36. Is it 30? So like, give me 1 second. I thought it was a Sirach. It was positive. Okay, here, this is what I'm looking for. Sirach 37. Sirach 37 and 27 says, "My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." Right, so plain. All right. We all know ourselves. We know what distracts us, what could be a hindrance to us in this ministry. And like I said, for me, it wasn't a big problem, but it was just one day I found myself in that folly, of, too much. Cause like I said, I'm a pretty occupied man, but I was like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, man, I gotta, find a way to turn this shit off. I don't like it, And then, I found the route to, get out of that shit, man. And I know, like I said, all brothers deal with it, cause it's right there. And if you don't know, how to combat it, you're subject to it. Like I said, scrolling, even on the Instagram thing, that's why, personally, concerning social media, I'll be on and off and, in and out, I don't really, try to be on it too much. All right. But anyways, like I said, just something quick through the spirit. And, also too, man, the internet been real funky lately. I'm on some good Wi-Fi now, so my video should post up. I got a couple videos after this one that I got to post up, some camp and, class, some more things. Okay. And another thing too is I made a playlist on some breakdowns that we did throughout the seasons. Okay. Some of them I can't necessarily find, so they may be sporadic. And I think some of them we really didn't record. All right. And, to a certain point, we was like, man, we're just going to put them on wax. Even like, because, our Friday breakdown classes, it's like a class and well, it is a class, but it's, really a shaping up to see where brothers at. Me and the elder bro, what I'm saying? While I host it, run it. And, we give, the younger brothers tasks, to go into breakdowns and break it down, while, the elder, the head of the camp and myself, oversee it, make sure Jake's on point and, add on it, do some skillfully adding to, sharpen brothers up. But, You know, you said we got Daniel 11 breakdown. I did that. And, the elder, bro, he's doing a Sunday class, a Bible series. We're going through the whole row and just summarizing books, giving, understanding, pulling out key points, for edification. We got starting our new Friday joints, second edges. Went through Joel, I think the third chapter. I was in New Orleans at the time, and I believe it was on the Brother Corner Waff. And that will be on the GMS Columbus page. So the third chapter concerning that. Then we got Daniel breakdowns. I think we got 2. I think we're missing like 3. I think we're missing the first chapter. I think the 8th and the 9th chapter. I don't know. Couldn't find them, man, on my page. And like I said, I don't know if we just didn't record them or what. But I think at that time we was doing some traveling, whatever the case may be. But, we got the bulk ones, Daniel, the second chapter, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, I think the 10th, and, as you can see, the 11th chapter, which is the biggest breakdown in the chapter. All right. Then you got the 12th chapter as well. And I think that may be on the Columbus page. Yeah, some of these videos may be on the Columbus page. I was just up through the spirit, trying to, like I said, stay occupied, get out of the shorts and shit. And I was like, just start making playlists. So, Lord willing, I get some good internet, videos get to posting. I wouldn't say I'm behind, but, sometimes the videos be just taking all damn day. But yeah, just like I said, it's just an informational video. All right, how to, really just tamper with your page so that it's just geared towards the ministry and taking us away from distractions, man, especially concerning the times. Again, you got to, know your soul, know what's evil for it. All right. And, it's a high time to lock in. All right. Real quick. Let's get that. 1 Peter. It's 1 Peter 5:8. It reads, "Be sober, be vigilant." All right. Being on watch, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Right. Satan's in the midst. He's pulling at any and everything he can do to try to keep us distracted, focused on the world, try to, trip us up, so on and so forth, man. So, we got to pay attention and examine ourselves, all right, and make sure that we're focused on the task at hand and not being sucked in and reeled in, all right, to the cares of this world, to this life. Like I said, even small things, the scrolling demon, etc., could be a distraction and can be a stumbling block for some brothers. So the spirit, just compel me to, show brothers how to combat that. And Lord willing, it goes around and brothers receive it, who may deal with, that issue. All right. So Lord willing, like I said, just something to put on wax. We'll get to work. Giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashimi, Hawashai, Bahashim, Rakakwada, Shalom.